Yehova, please fill me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen. We'll start with the Shema, listen and obey. Children of Yah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehova is our power and authority. Yehova works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehova with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, He, Vav, He. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Revelation chapter 8. When the Lamb broke the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for what seemed like a half an hour. Then I saw the seven angels who stand before God, and they were given seven shofars. Another angel came and stood at the altar with a gold incense bowl, and he was given a large quantity of incense to add to the prayers of all God's people. On the gold altar in front of the throne, the smoke of the incense went up with the prayers of God's people from the hand of the angel before God. Then the angel took the incense bowl, filled it with the fire from the altar, and threw it down on the earth. And there followed peals of thunder, flat voices, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. Now the seven angels with the seven shofars prepared to sound them. The first one sounded his shofar, and there came hail and fire mingled with blood, and it was thrown down upon the earth. A third of the earth was burned up. A third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. The second angel sounded his shofar, and what looked like an enormous blazing mountain was hurled into the sea. A third of the sea turned to blood. A third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. The third angel sounded his shofar, and a great star blazing like a torch fell from the sky onto the third of the rivers and onto the springs of water. The name of the star was Bitterness, and a third of the water became bitter, and many people died from the water that had been turned bitter. The fourth angel sounded his shofar, and a third of the sun was struck, also a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them were darkened. The day had a third less light, and the night likewise. Then I looked, and I heard a lone eagle, give a loud cry as it flew in mid-heaven. Woe, woe, woe to the people living on earth, because of the remaining blasts from the three angels who have yet to sound their shofars. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading Revelation 8? We can trust that it is the Lamb that breaks the seals. The seventh seal broke, and there is silence in heaven for what seemed like an hour. Half an hour. Then seven angels standing before Yehova are given seven shofars. Know that a separate angel came and stood at the altar with a gold incense bowl, and given incense to add to the prayers of all the people of Yehova on the gold altar in front of the throne. Trust that the prayers of the people of Yehova will be acted on. Know the seven angels with their seven shofars will sound them. The first angel sounded his shofar. Hail and fire mingled with blood was thrown down upon the earth. 1/3 of the earth was burned up. 1/3 of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. The second angel sounded his shofar. What looked like an enormous blazing mountain is hurled into the sea. 1/3 of the sea turned to blood. 1/3 of the living creatures in the sea died, and 1/3 of the ships are destroyed. Third angel sounded his shofar. A great star, blazing like a torch, fell from heaven to 1/3 of the rivers and onto the springs of water. No, the name of the star is bitterness, and 1/3 of the water became bitter. Many died. Fourth angel sounded his shofar. Know that 1/3 of the sun was struck, 1/3 of the moon, and 1/3 of the stars, so that 1/3 of them were darkened, and the day had 1/3 less light, and the night 1/3 less light. Know that when John then sees an eagle give a loud cry as it flew in mid-heaven. Woe, woe, woe. Woe to the people living on earth because of the remaining blasts from the 3 angels who have yet to sound their shofars. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can humble ourselves and go to our brothers and sisters and forgive them of any wrong they have done. Ask for forgiveness from them of any wrong we have done to them. Produce spiritual fruit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. And how can we bear one another's burdens? We can aim to share the good news of Yeshua the Messiah with anyone and everyone, as well as someone who wants you to take his or her place to share with someone they know and love. End with the Aaronic blessing. Yehova will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehova will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehova will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Amen.